All right, we're live now. Can you hear me, Alex?
What's up, Jam? How's everything going?
Doing
Yeah,
great.
hi everybody.
Hey everyone, this is we're jamming here with Over Jam. I'm with my friend here, um, Alex Cabagnot. He's also called as the Crunch Man of the PBAs, and he's off season right now. But we're gonna pick his brain into how to keep ourselves fit because a lot of us are staying at home. So sometimes the psychosomatic, aka body mind connection, can take toll on your not moving a lot. And we're gonna ask him his hobbies and his routines despite his off season. We're gonna talk about that, and as well as the his updates on his career and all that jazz. So yeah, let's crack into this. Hey, Alex, any updates on your career these days? Tell us more.
Well, we're gonna start our season soon. Maybe they're planning for second or third week of April, and we'll be in Manila. We'll have like a semi bubble where everybody's gonna get tested frequently, and we just go from uh, house to venue to get house venue back, house venue to the game and back. So we're gonna try to do that for 3 months.
That's April, second week of April, first week,
Second or third week of April, yeah.
third.
You know what? It's varying right now. We haven't had the exact date, but it's between those two, second or third week.
Okay, that's the whole season update of the PBA.
Yeah, that's the main. We're doing a bunch of stuff to work with IATF. We're working with local government, and we're also working with the fans and we're dealing with corporations in the PBA. So it's a huge umbrella that we have to figure out, and the people that are leading us are doing a great job, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can only imagine the corporation doing cooperation among themselves.
Yeah. The corporation is cooperating.
All right, all right, cool. It's an embarrassment that I myself, the closest that we have, I'm not updated about PBA because I'm not really into basketball, but I'm one of those maybe not so common friends of yours who are not familiar with the basketball universe. So that's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's refreshing for me because most of my friends and most of my people that I keep. I mean, you've met my mom, and you've been invited by her, so I consider you a close friend also, and we've done a lot of outreach. So it's refreshing when somebody sees you for who you are as a person and not just as a basketball player. So it gives me great pleasure to also be at to for you not to know and for me to not to really talk about it as much. I think this is the first time we're talking about it. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Did you think it's okay to detach yourself from the basketball universe sometimes, from time to time, just to some R&R, rest in the corporation?
Well, I think detaching myself in that sense, I think my whole thing with basketball would be it's part of my life. It's a big part of my life, but it's not my life in general. I think the moment I realized that when I put God in the center of my life, and that's my life, and just following His word. So basketball in itself, my experience with basketball and my relationship with basketball got better when I realized it's not everything, and it's not everything to me. But yeah, growing up and having an identity that basketball is my identity as well was quite difficult. But when I realized that there were those other things, and you know, God was God was the center of my being, and I think that's my identity is that.
Got it, man. I think it's common for people to identify themselves with their career. I think that's healthy. But if it's your only attachment to your identity, it can be tricky sometimes, you know. As we know in life, there's always more to
Yeah,
life than what we do. So you've got your health, for example, your spirituality, your career, your family, your social lives, and all these other domains of your life should be also given attention to. If that makes sense.
yeah, of course. I think the pandemic put that in perspective. Basketball was out of the picture, and I had to maybe not focus, but readjust, realign my thought process on other things that are going on in my life.
Cool. In fact, it was during the pandemic that we accidentally met each other. Remember that in the pool?
Yeah, of course. In the pool. I remember we were getting some sun. It was getting our daily dose of sun. You know, can't stay indoors too much, and we ran into each other. So, which was great, which was great.
Okay. You know what? At first, I actually saw you from my building on the 10th floor because I could see you from
What
above.
floor were you staying in? 10th floor.
10th floor, yes. So
Uh-uh.
so I saw you there working out, and I thought you were actually like a model or something because you've got the height, but you're not really that
A
tall. If you were,
model, a
yeah,
modal, a
a
modal.
model. Yeah, you're a model. I thought you were a model or something because maybe if you were like 7 foot, then I would have guessed that you were a basketball player. But you know how those like ramp models, like 6.1, six point
Uh-huh.
six feet tall. So I thought like, who is this guy? He could be a model because he's got like really ripped abs and all that. And then I asked one of the staff there in the pool. I asked him, hey, who's this guy? Is he like a model or something? And that's like Cabagnot. You don't know Cabagnot, man? I said, no, man. I don't play ball, and so that's how we got started. Yeah. So going back to the whole
That
domain
was the
of life.
friendship, the start of the friendship right there. Yeah,
Say
and
again.
that was good. That started the friendship, our friendship.
Exactly. Um, so yeah, the pandemic has made all of us, in fact, think about the grand scheme of things. Like people lose their jobs and maybe lose their loved ones as well. So it's like a reality check for all of us.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to talk about your workout tips because I think that you're one of the best persons that we can ask on how to maintain fitness. Because I think it's just secondary for people to maybe, I don't know, put on weight or just get depressed more because they're not used to doing what they used to do. They're the old routine. So if what are your workout tips? Tell us.
Well, I make sure I just get, I think of working out as like as a regiment, like just like a PE class. You know, when we were, everybody went to PE classes every day of your life till you graduate, till you get out of school, right? High school, elementary, middle school, and maybe even college. That there's part of PE in your life. So I think of physical activity like PE. Like every day, I have to get a dose of PE in my life, daily activity. Maybe it has to be an hour or maybe just an hour and a half or the most. Some days will go longer than usual, but in the grand scheme of things, I put in like maybe 365 hours in the whole year. That's an hour a day. So I know some people like to work out every other day or every 2 days, or I just think you know it's you just chop a tree down. You chop a redwood one chop at a time, and you just keep doing it. So it's just being consistent with it. And that's anything you would want to do. If it's 50 or 25 push-ups, if you do it every day, I think you'll see the results. Right. So I think
Yeah.
that's how I look at things. I just break it down to, in increments for the whole year.
Okay, cool. So you mentioned that it's like a physical education subject.
Yeah.
Was that your favorite subject back in school? Physical education?
Physical education was my favorite subject, and I majored in physical education in college also. So I took it to another. I continued to take it to another level. People used to tell me like, "Oh, your favorite subject in school is PE," and I'm like, literally, like, yes, it literally is. It's my major, and that kinesiology was something that I did also.
Okay.
So, kinarir ko, in other words,
Yeah,
sinunod.
kinarir mo. Do you know, it's interesting because there's this notion that when you graduate college, that's the
Ah,
start of your education because they say some people might think that, oh, I'm going to be graduating soon and that's the time when I stop learning. But it's actually not. You know, during graduation, especially in university, you should not stop learning at all. So you just apply that in physical education.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think college is. I love to be. I mean, I'm in education, so I'm a big fan of higher education and continuously educating yourself. But I think for some people, it just life teaches them, you know. And I think college is just training wheels for the actual for actual life. It's just training wheels. I mean, you could graduate into something, but not really know that's not what you go into in your work for in the workforce. But it was just training wheels of how to attain, how to be in a structure, how to like follow directions. I think those things are important in life. You don't have to go to college for that, but some people don't understand that. So when they go to college, it teaches them how to follow directions,
Right.
meet deadlines, and have study habits. Study habits relate to work habits. So I'm not saying that most college graduates are, you know, some billionaires never finished college. So
Mm.
it doesn't correlate. I think I think you'll be just. I think you need to find your own self going into it after
Right.
education.
Yeah, because it's tricky after you graduate, especially because there's no structure anymore. Unlike when you were studying, you follow a schedule. You know, your class starts at 10, so you got to be there. I think it's similar to working out because in physical education you've got structure. You've got your coach, you've got like your training sets and reps, and unless you do that, you're going to have a failing grade. But it's more challenging for people to continue doing that, especially after university. But in your case, you not only major and made it take it into a career, but also you maintain that identity that at least work out an hour at least a day.
Yeah, that's just that's something that you have to. I mean, I don't. People have people do things their own special way, but in my own special way, I just like to be as consistent as possible, regardless of some days I don't want to work out for an hour, just like in anything else. Like there's the days I don't want to work out, but there's days that I do want to work out. So you just have to be even keel with it and just continue with your own structure of how you want to work things out, and hopefully the results that you want come into fruition.
Mm. You see, that's the thing about professionals because even though if you don't feel like working out, you still do it.
Yeah,
You still
yeah.
put in the work, put in the effort, put in the
It's,
effort.
you know what I actually have an organization that deals with young adults and youth, and what I teach them, other than all the other, I mean, you teach kids. Everybody teaches kids everything, so they probably learn everything. But the one advice I give them is a little bit of effort goes a long way. You give a little bit of effort every day. That little effort goes a long way. And if you break your life down into those in those terms, I think you'll go a long way as it yourself.
Yeah. So tell us about the elements of your workout. Do you do like cardio, strength conditioning, or like could you tell us your typical day of working out?
Well, today I'm gonna get like an upper body session in. upper body, little stretch, get the upper limbs. I did legs yesterday, so I'm doing all my workouts are compound workouts because, like I said, I only have an hour, so I can't really focus on one specific uh, workout. So I can't like work out on my bicep line, or just on my shoulder. So it'll be like 6, 7 workouts, 3 sets, and and I'm gonna do that workout again on Thursday. So
Okay.
exactly what I'm gonna do, just so I can see some results.
So 48 hours. 48 hours interval, then you hit the same
48,
muscle again.
same muscle again, 48 hours, and then I got my own. What's it called? I got my own. I got a trainer for my legs because obviously, in everything you do, it's always good for somebody to watch you. I mean, Tiger Woods, greatest, you know, the greatest players and the greatest athletes all have coaches, right? Tom Brady, you
Right.
know, all that stuff. So
Tom Brady is the quarterback, right?
yeah, and he has
Greatest
a coach,
quarterback ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Interesting. So compound workouts, I think I also agree to that because so you've got compound workout and isolation workout. But I think that for you to have an overall conditioning of your body, you're
uh,
better off with compound workouts because just one movement can involve different muscles, right?
of course, of course,
Hmm.
of course. I think at this point of my career, I'm 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 in more of like a compound workout because obviously I have to put in the fact that I got to rest too, right? Like, I think
Right.
working smart. So I can't spend 12, 15 workouts and like be totally drained and worked out for 3 hours and miss out on other things. So rest is also included in the workouts.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. I think in overall health, exercise is just one element, one aspect, because I have an acronym. I call it DRESS. So DRESS. Yeah. So D is
Huh?
for diet, your nutrition. R is for rest, which
Uh-huh.
means your sleep, the quality of your sleep, delta sleep level, and all that. So that's DR. E is for exercise. So whatever your paradigm is, whether like high intensity interval training or CrossFit or whatever your discipline is, that's for E. S is for stress management.
Okay.
So so how you deal with stress can also affect your health.
Okay.
And then the last S would be sunlight or vitamin D. So that's my
Sunlight,
paradigm.
like
Yeah,
you always love sunlight.
I
That's the
do.
thing.
At
It
least an
fights
hour.
COVID. That and
It
virgin
does.
coconut oil.
Yep, I've got my coconut today.
And you've been saying that a year from now. I met you a year ago, and you were ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I think so.
If you were a stock, I would have bought you, and I would be a millionaire by now.
The stock price has risen up. Um,
And another thing that you said was alcohol. You need alcohol,
mhm.
not alcohol for sanitation, but alcohol like wine or uh, because it could be used as a form of barter.
Right.
And 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 for 3 months in the quarantine,
Uh-huh.
guess what was out of the picture?
Alcohol.
There you go. If you were if you were a stock, I would have bought you. You're like Tesla.
Yeah. It was the idea of what they call the preppers, those who are preparing for some apocalyptic event where when push comes to shove, alcohol can be a commodity. It's like a currency
Uh-huh.
that you can trade with any food because alcohol, for instance, has longer shelf life. It can stay almost
Uh,
forever on shelves. Number two is,
forever. They
yeah,
keep the spirit in forever.
they keep spirited forever, man. Number two is that you can use it as a disinfectant. Let's say you have a wound or something, like you got attacked
Really?
by a zombie or whatever. um, And number three is if you get depressed, you can sip it, and that's what they say. There's one vlog by a prepper who said that let's say you've got an enemy, both of you don't have any food no more. If you share alcohol with them, you can have a friend. You can gain an enemy out of I mean a friend out of an enemy. So
And last but not least, if you're hungry, take a sip of that alcohol. You can go straight to sleep, and that's it. You don't have to eat.
you forget about your hunger. Yeah. Um, okay. So
Like,
in your case, you're a good example of someone who does work out, and I hope that people will start their own regimen as well. Hmm, if we were to ask you for people to start working out, what would you recommend to them? Just like a lowest hanging fruit. Do they have to walk around? Like just a general advice for people to start working out.
I would start with uh, I would start with um, maybe push-ups,
Push-ups. Okay.
body weight,
Hmm.
push-ups, pull-ups, maybe dips, maybe some backs, and get your maybe pistol squats. Just body weight muna.
Mm,
Just body weight, and then you and do that for 2, 3 weeks, and then we'll move on from it.
okay.
But I think if you do body weights for a month and you do exactly for a whole year, I mean for a whole month of
Hmm.
an hour a day of body weights, I think you'll see the difference. You'll see
Okay.
the difference.
All right. So they don't have to enroll in a gym membership
Oh, you
first.
don't have to enroll,
No.
especially if you're just starting. You know, these weights, uh, there's these things that you do. There are these things that you do, especially in these like these facilities that you go to. They're so specific that
Uh-huh.
you know, for a person that's just beginning, we need to get into the habit of working out. And then once
Yeah.
you get into that habit, then we'll go with isolating things. But we have to get into that habit of just like, let's squat,
Okay.
or let's try to do a pistol squat, or let's do 50 push-ups,
Okay.
or before we leave today, we're gonna try to do as many pull-ups, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll do that again. We'll add one, and then we'll add one, we'll add one, we'll add one. And by the time you know it, you'll see the results in your body, and that will bring you confidence of what you've been doing. And it's all just your attitude. You
Hmm.
know,
Okay.
I think they say your attitude is will guide you to your aptitude. So
Yeah. Attitude
no,
is
your attitude will guide you on your altitude, how high you
right.
want to get. So and you can put aptitude as well on there too.
Yeah. Because you gotta learn. You gotta.
Your
Yeah.
aptitude and your attitude will guide your altitude, and I think that's just it. And I think pag pumunta ka sa mga gyms at the moment when you're just beginning, it's too overwhelming.
Mm,
You know, it's an hour a day of yourself.
right.
Push ups,
Right.
ups,
Right.
and you could tell great athletes like Manny Pacquiao. He doesn't deal with a lot of weights, but you could see how strong and how big his body is.
Right. Right. So no need for fancy equipment and
No need,
everything. Okay. All right.
no need,
Cool.
no need. Pull-ups. I mean, if you have somewhere that you could just hang on and do pull-ups, do
Hmm.
that. I think we all know. I think everybody knows that's gonna watch your that's your channel. Watch your channel. That how difficult a pull-up is, and once they start doing a pull-up, they'll start getting confidence because I think a pull-up I mean, from novice to intermediate to expertise, I think it's in the expertise level of workouts. And you don't
Hmm.
need anybody to teach you how to pull up. You just have to grab it and just pull.
Okay. And you develop your grip too. Your grip strength.
and
Right.
develop your skill, which I'm doing right now as we talk.
Okay. All right. Would you recommend, like, maybe for some lighter, for women, would you recommend dancing maybe?
Oh, I
Right.
love dancing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I love the fact that people. I think people should dance. I think
Yeah.
you know the greatest boxers have learned ballet. Evander Holyfield, uh,
Oh.
Roberto Durant. These guys learned how to get in the flow of things as a ballet, to be agile, to be quick on their feet.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing with us some tips and also a glimpse into your workout regimen over there. You're still gonna work out tonight, aren't you?
Of course, you know it.
Okay. My session is in the morning usually when it's mid-morning, like 9:30 to 10:30, because I want the sun not to be too hot.
You want the last part of the dress.
Yeah, I want the last part of the dress. I save the best for last. Right. Today's my pushing day, so I do also do body weight workouts, so handstand push-ups and also some makeshift weight for squatting and deadlifting.
Hmm.
So just be creative with your routine and stuff. An hour a day as well. So it has become our identity. There's something missing when we miss a day working out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that but as what you said, we're like it's like a piggy bank that you try to fill every day, but also you reap the benefits long term, and maybe your confidence or maybe your bone density and all that jazz, and as well feeling good, because when you sweat, it does feel good. Nothing's like it.
Which is weird. I mean, like I think we're about to leave, head out, but it just to share with. So that's 1 hour of my day, right? So, and I like to, as you personally know, I like to go visit the house of God. I'm
Mhm.
Catholic, and I like to go visit church, which is Antipolo Cathedral, which is sometimes I'm busy, so I'm a big cyclist. I'm a fanatic, so I ride my bike there, which is a workout for cardio. I get my praise on, I get to spend a little time with God in his house. And while I'm at his house, there's where they put the bikes. Alam mo yung nilalagyan ng bikes, yung
Right.
parang bar. I
Right.
could do pull-ups, I could do back extensions, I lift my leg up, I do some push-ups, and I do sit-ups. So it feels amazing when I feel like that. If people ask me, what's your perfect day? Could you give me your perfect day? My
Yeah.
perfect day is I go up, I pay a homage of a bike ride from Ortigas to Antipolo Cathedral. I spend time with God, and while I'm spending time in God's house, I'm actually working out. So it's all just
Wow.
in, together. And obviously, I'm doing it with the sun, so I'm
Right.
getting my. So that's like my perfect day. It's not even like deadlift or getting a workout with, my bar, like a deadlift or a power clean. It's never that. It's more of like having these things, like come together as one. Like,
Right.
working out is already an hour. But I mean, if you spend an hour working out at church, I mean, it's like,
Yeah, man. It's a perfect
for
storm
me,
for yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's a perfect storm. It's the perfect, it's like the perfect game
Right.
that's being played. So,
It's a win-win.
oh, all the way around, I get to ride my bike.
Right.
I get to do pull-ups and push-ups and all kinds of workouts in God's house. It's
Right.
amazing.
But the incline road to Antipolo is, man, I can only imagine the vigor that you have, like it's like a pilgrimage going to the holy mountain. And then once you're up there, you're like at the height, like overlooking the Manila or skyline, and then do workout. Wow. That's awesome.
It's crazy because you know I like to take people up there that's beginning to
Hmm.
just know.
Hmm.
And as you know, biking is a solitary sport.
Right.
I mean, people bike in groups, but it's just it's just you and your thoughts when you're on that bike, right?
Mm.
So it's for people like when they like to say they want to meditate, yeah, and they can't sit at one spot. I tell them to maybe take a ride, like a difficult ride, and then you start thinking.
Mm. It's a form of meditation as well. Wow, that's awesome, man. So, wow, maybe we can talk about some other regimens and workout routines that you have some other time. But right now, at least we have encouraged the people to start their workout routine by maybe just body weight first. Hey guys, you don't have to start a gym membership, and also you can start dancing, like whatever discipline that is, whether that's maybe South American, whatever Argentinian tango or whatever. You can also ride your bike, and maybe you can talk about some other aspects of health, like the dress acronym next time, Alex. So
Exactly.
thanks for spending your time with us, and I hope that people can learn something from this, and more power to your career. And maybe we can chat some other time, as homies.
Always legend, always. Everybody, thank you for Jam. Thank you for having me in your channel. And maraming salamat. And to everybody that's watching, God bless and hope to see you guys all soon.
All right, bye.